expected. So
I love it.
thank
Congratulations.
you.
So smart to do a drawing, you guys. Like, invent it. I mean, we do drawings for everything. If you don't like to worm chat, then when you go out, hey, I'm challenging myself to meet 10 people today. And if I do, one of you gets a free blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Make it up and give something away, whatever it takes. Way to go, Cindy. And I have to tell you, you look so great in that lip color. Whatever that is, looks so good. It looks really good.
Thank
What
you
is it?
so much. Thank
What is
you.
it? Pure illusion? What is it?
It's a no, it's oh gosh, it's like a gold sparkly thing from a previous holiday
Okay, it looks good
limited
on you.
edition. And I grabbed a lipstick to put on and I was like, oh,
Well, you
this
look
is
great. You
sparkly.
should wear it
Yeah.
all the time. It's so great.
Thank you very
Congratulations.
much. I
Yay,
appreciate that. Thank
Cindy.
you.
Okay, Lauren Robertson, we're excited to hear about this. I'm not going to ruin it by saying it out loud. You get to say it. Go, girl.
I had over $1,300 in sales from one double facial and then a 3-person party.
That's all. That's really like you're really slacking. So I really think you need to step it up. Yay, Lauren! Woo! $1,000 weekend. How exciting. It feels good, doesn't it?
It's great. It's
yeah.
so great.
Yeah. And what do you think contributed to such high sales?
Well, Steph actually messaged me this morning, but I do think confidence has a lot to do with it. I use a closing sheet and I say I'm better than Amazon. So I do the roll-up bag. And then I put the mirror on it.
Yes.
And then that is their shopping bag.
You do it sideways, right? And then put it on top.
Yeah. And nobody likes when you take things out. So
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, just
confident. I mean, plus your skin is gorgeous, so that helps too. Adorable. I love it. Oh, congratulations, Lauren. Woo! You guys, if you've never had $1,000 week, this is your sign. Lauren, what do you want to say to them? Can they do it too?
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. It's all a numbers game. Would you agree?
Yes, it is. And that was one thing too that I sold almost twice as much to a girl because she wanted like this and that and this, and it came to like 160. And because I'd ran some numbers, she wanted the eye cream from Repair. And I was like, okay, this is your total. Can I just run some numbers for you really quick? You can tell me no at the end, but I got her the whole Repair line and what she wanted. And it came to like 170 or 175 if we did 2 payments. So offering a payment plan too.
Okay.
A lot.
So you're thinking, how can I help her take this home? Yeah. And not everybody, we don't recommend everybody does a payment plan. And I've learned, oh my gosh, I made so many mistakes with that. I'm guessing you did half, right? So you still got your costs recouped. Yeah. And then she paid the other. Yeah. Oh, I have so many funny stories. I bet you other directors have some funny stories. I got some stories about payment plans, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's so exciting. So we're going to pass it now back to our MC. Laura, are you ready to take it away? Woo woo. Time for, red jacket recognition. I forgot about that. So let's look at our reds. Thanks, Jess. Oh, we can't hear it, but we love it.
All righty then. Well, now it is me. I was gonna say you don't even have to spotlight me, but I apologize for that. Anybody can do this. I guess that's what happens when you're trying to have a 10-party week, right? You're just so focused on booking. But I want to take a minute and announce one of my sweet friends and sister sales director, Angela Dingman. Angela has been married to her sweetheart firefighter husband, Ty, for 22 years and is the mom of 3 amazing kids, Sydney, Wyatt, and Hayden. She started her Mary Kay business in February of 2012 when her children were just 1, 3, and 5. Originally for product discount and a little time out of her house, with 6 months, she joined the top 1%, debuted as a sales director, and earned her first free car. Angela has earned 9 free cars. Okay, count them, 9. You have 10 fingers, so she has 1 more to earn, including 3 pink Cadillacs, and achieved 56 consecutive star consultant quarters. You guys, be a star. She has completed the National Court of Sales 10 times, earned over 15 carats of diamonds, and finished the Circle of Achievement 11 times. She's a consistent top 10 unit. Angela has been the #1 sales director in her national area 10 times and holds a national area record for the highest unit club completed in a first year as a director. And I get to call her my friend. Take it away, Angela.
Thank you. All right, I'm on announcements. You guys, we got some good ones for you. So just wait for the screen to come up. All right, all-star prizes. You guys, if you do not do anything consistently in your business other than follow the STAR program, I promise you it will lead you to so many great things. And the All-Star program is based off of being a 4-quarter star. And good news, you're all here, which means you're all eligible to do that. We're in the middle of our first STAR quarter of the seminar year. And so these are the prizes that you can earn when you've been a star all 4 quarters. And I don't know what's best because I want all of them. I wish there was a category for like go above and beyond Pearl and get all 5 prizes. We should definitely ask corporate for that. All right, Points to Paradise. You saw a few people announce that they have almost earned their Gucci sunglasses. How many of you guys could get excited about wearing some free F-R-E-E Gucci sunglasses? And so if you want to explore more of this program, tune in or log into InTouch and explore. But between you and your team members, you can earn all these prizes, including a free cruise. How many of you guys could use a cruise in your life? I think most of us could. This week, we have Workday Wednesday. So if you are someone who works better with others, then you want to log in to Zoom and join Stephanie and all the girls online to book. This is a consistent time every single week where you can be in a room with other women and fill your appointments in your calendar. So tune in and have that. We have Janice Trude's 2 events, and this week is a consultant-only training with National Sales Director Janice, and she's going to share all of her team building strategies. So if you are someone like myself who wants to earn that Bumblebee pin this year, then this is a do not miss event. So mark your calendars for your time zone, tune in, and maybe you'll be one of the Kate Spade winners. And then Thursday is our sharing event. So think about all the women in your life who you would love to have be a part of your team and have them tune in Thursday and let Janice share, Janice and Kathy share the opportunity with them, and then schedule that 3-way call afterwards with your director so that we can help you grow your team and you can earn that Bumblebee pin. All right, seminar is around the corner, and here's the deal. Never in the history of seminar, well, maybe the beginning of seminar, but since I have been in for the last 14 years, has registration been extended this long. So it is not too late to register for seminar. Seminar is like the Miss America pageant meets the Grammys, has a baby, and it's called Mary Kay Seminar. So if you would like a jam-packed couple days full of glitz and glam and recognition and prizes and inspiration, then this is an event that you do not want to miss. So set the calendar and join us in Texas. Sell your way there. Those are our announcements.
Thank you, Angela.
You're welcome.
All right, you guys, get ready for 2 powerhouses. Grab your pens, grab your notebooks, and get ready to take some notes. All right, I have the pleasure of introducing my sister sales director, Nikki Shoup. Okay. She began her Mary Kay journey in 2009, shortly after graduating from college with the goal of earning an extra cash income for graduate school. She quickly fell in love with the opportunity. I'm so glad she did. And in August of 2012, debuted as an independent sales director, earning her first career car 1 month later. She's a powerhouse, beauties. Throughout her career, Nikki has the privilege of helping build and debut both the Pivot national area and the Bliss national area. Although she later chose to step away from leadership for a season, she realized how much she missed mentoring and inspiring others with renewed purpose. Nikki made the decision to return to leadership, so glad she did, and celebrated her second sales director debut in June of 2026. Over the course of her career, Nikki has earned Star Consultant recognition for 39 quarters, qualified for 6 Mary Kay career cars, and remains passionate about helping women achieve her goals. She is the proud aunt of her favorite person, Camila, and lives in Roseville, California, with her furry friend, Betsy. She decided to continue growing, mentoring, and serving alongside her incredible woman of her Thrive unit. Nikki, we're so excited to hear from you. And last but not least, Brittany. Where is my friend Brittany? Brittany debuted as an independent sales director just 8 months after joining Mary Kay and has since earned 7 free career cars. I love me some Brit, including her first pink Cadillac only 1 year after starting. Her highest monthly commission check has exceeded over $22,000, and she has completed the National Court of Sales and Recruiting twice and earned recognition as the $500,000 Circle of Achievement. In 2015, Brittany qualified the Mission National and is proud to have Crystal Troganowski as its offspring national sales director. Her greatest accomplishment, however, is the life Mary Kay has provided her family, including bringing both of her babies home from the hospital in a pink Escalade. Take it away, friends.
Yay. Well, you guys, we're so excited to be with you tonight. How fun. Nikki, I am obsessed with you. And y'all, we've had such a fun journey together. And so fun to train with you tonight. And so you guys are in for a treat. We're going to be talking about something I believe we're both crazy passionate about, and that is coaching your appointments. We're going to talk about the importance of coaching and how to be a successful coach and what it looks like to successfully coach an appointment. So we're going to talk about coaching with confidence, you guys. And so we're going to dive in and here in just a sec. But Nikki, do you want to start us off with anything?
No, I'm just excited. I'm excited to be training for my first time officially here. So I'm happy to be doing it with you.
So fun. Well, we're so excited to hear from you. And you guys, there's really very few people who are better to learn from than the people who are doing these things. Like Nikki just came out of DIQ as a newer director. I mean, it's like in her blood, so thick right now, holding the appointments, doing the parties, and coaching with confidence. So you guys, I will just say when it comes to coaching, you know, my almost 17 years in Mary Kay, I'm very passionate about coaching the appointment. And Nikki and I are just going to kind of go back and forth and share with you guys our tips and really just have some table talk here. And I'm going to just start off by saying, you guys, when we coach our parties, we do that because prepared guests become confident guests. And when people know what to expect, they show up excited instead of uncertain. And that leads to a better experience for everyone. And I know this from experience because when you don't coach a party, people come in and they just, or you walk into the situation and everybody just looks kind of confused. And so there's so many reasons why we coach an appointment. But truly it increases everyone's excitement, expectations, there's clarity and so much more that we're about to dive into. So also, coaching should be seen as really you're writing your paycheck, because if you are leaving it up to your hostess, you're giving her a blank check hoping that it's going to be a decent outcome. And so coaching is not an afterthought. And truly, you guys, it's just as important as gaining the booking. And so for me, and I actually just got I think 4 or 5 bookings last Thursday. So I am consistently holding personal appointments, you guys. And for me, I came up with an acronym, and it's just the word once. Okay. And the reason I chose the word once, you're going to hear what they represent, but also I have convinced myself, and I've told myself this, and this is truly how I think and believe, is that she's only going to book with me once because I follow through. She's only going to have to book with me once, because I do all the things that I'm supposed to do as an independent beauty consultant. And so the O stands for following up with her as soon as I hang up. So when I hang up with her, I'm sending her an immediate invitation. So I have a cute little, lots of different, well, I say lots, but I have like 2 or 3 little invitations that I have on Canva that as soon as I book the appointment, I literally pop in her information, the date, the time, and the location, whether it's hers or my space that I, book my appointments. And I immediately send that to her and say, thank you so much, Nikki, for booking with me tonight. I'm so excited. I really had a great time connecting with you. So looking forward to our appointment, date, time, everything's on there. And if you have any questions or anything like that that pops up, just let me know. And I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about the actual coaching, like the call and what I say on the call, so that you guys know like exactly what my expectations are. But I do set an expectation with my hostess when I'm booking her. And so really it's so the O stands for once I hang up, I immediately send a message to her. And then the N stands for the next day. So I follow up again the next day once I've booked her. And it just says, hey, Nikki, it was so great to connect with you. Just wanted to confirm that date and time does in fact work with you. And when I do my booking calls, you guys, I use a lot of exclusive verbiage that just says, if I don't hear back from you, I will fill the spot with someone else. I let them know that I do have a wait list. So if for any reason this time and date doesn't work, please let me know so I can open it to someone on my wait list. So really my verbiage is just a continuation in that follow-up. And as for next day, see us couple days later. And oftentimes that is just, hey girl, wanted to check in, make sure you get me your guest list so I can pre-profile everyone, really looking forward to it. And then my E stands for the evening or day before. And sometimes I even do it before, depending on the length in between the booking and the actual appointment being held. And that might be simply just, I love to say like, hey girl, I'm so excited. I oftentimes love to text my hostess. I got you some really fun goodies. I can't wait. We're going to have such a great time. So like my Dollar Tree has like these cute headbands or bath bombs or whatever. So I might just let her know I have some fun goodies for her. Again, it's another reason to follow up, another reason to be in communication with her. I only book 1 to 2 weeks max out. And really, you guys, what I love about that is it's really establishing a healthy expectation that when I do follow up, again, a lot of that takes place in the actual booking call. I'm not a book texter. I've really never been a texter. I'm always calling. I love connecting. And I even say like, hey girl, once we're on the phone, we don't really have to talk again. We can text. I just want you to know I'm a real person and hear my voice. And everybody like awkwardly laughs, but they're like relieved that I'm like a real person and not like one of the many scam calls they get, each and every day. So whether that's they won something or I work with a lot of referrals. So it's really just kind of creating that expectation. That way I'm also not chasing people for information. But you guys, when I hold myself to the standard of this outline of communication, the bookings holds, I get the results. And then really it's for me, like respecting my business and my time so that I'm not having to constantly do bookings and then I don't coach and then I'm having to get more bookings and then I don't coach and then I'm having to get more bookings because I didn't coach and it's not holding. So I don't know if you guys have ever been in that rat race. It's not a fun race to be in. And so that's why for me, coaching is so critical, making sure that those appointments are holding. Again, I respect my business enough if I'm going to make the booking call, why am I not going to do the work to make sure the booking holds? And Nikki, I know you could be like, amen. So tell us, what are some of your coaching tips for confidence?
Well, I love that acronym that you made up. I think that's really cool. And I like that you're a call booker because I'm a texter. And so I think it is good to hear kind of both of it. But we used to call all the time. That's all we used to do. And so I should probably get back to that. But I think it's a lot of the same, honestly. I immediately, once that date is booked, and I typically, when I'm booking, give them 2 dates to pick from so that I'm not just waiting for them to get back to me. But I immediately text them a confirmation flyer just like you, and it does have my picture on it. And so that is kind of my way of showing that I am a real person as well. But it has all the information of whether it's their home or mine, the date and time, all of that stuff, or my studio, I should say. And then the next, I tell them if they can have all of their guests RSVP within 48 hours, because I have them RSVP to me. So I try to do one of two ways. I used to have them just give me their guest list, and I kind of have found a little bit of hesitation from that. But so I ask them to RSVP to their Mary Kay gal within 48 hours, and I have a goodie for her if they do, like an extra goodie the day of the party as they do, to like kind of help her gain some confidence there. And so if I have not heard from her guests within the 48 hours, I will reach out to her. And so I do at that point, then if like they aren't RSVPing to me, we'll try to get her guest list. But I have found it really is important to get that confirmation flyer to them right away, because they, then they know that it's held, and they have the confidence in that part of it. And so, yeah, so that's pretty much as far as like the beginning part of it goes. I don't have a ton different to say like than what you added, but I really do try to stay connected with them. So I really like make sure, as soon as Brittany's RSVPing to me, I make sure to let the hostess know that she has RSVP'd. And then as each person does RSVP to me, I do the same thing. And then I have asked her also to make sure within 3 days to get me 3 days before the party, to have everybody RSVP'd. And that way then I can follow up, and I'm not having to hound, I give her a set deadline for that. And people are pretty good, I have found, with that, if I set that expectation from the beginning. But then I also, make a little reminder in my calendar that it's time to follow up, so that I am setting to that too, or sticking to that as well. And then, I'll just do that. And at that point, if they haven't RSVP'd super well, then I'll ask her just to give me that guest list. But in the beginning, one of the other things I also do after I send that confirmation flyer, set the expectation of having everybody RSVP within 48 hours, I will send her the questions. I let her know why. I let her know I just have a few skincare questions to ask all of her guests, and that I will be asking her as well. And that way, I can be prepared for everybody. I know what they're looking for as far as their skin concerns go. And then I will send her the questions. So that is another way to kind of like keep in with her and check in with her. I'll send her the questions, so she then also knows what her guests are getting and feels comfortable having them RSVP to me. And it's just a flyer, again, with my picture on it with 5 questions for them. So that's pretty much what I do. I think another thing I have found, if it's a fishbowl party, I give them typically a set amount of people to bring, so that I know how many. If it's in home, or if it's just like a friend booking or a customer, then I always coach them and tell them to invite about twice as many people as will show up, kind of thing. And so that helps with their hostess rewards and things like that, and then it also helps with, the total sales and for us also. So I would say those are my tips.
Yay. I love that. Okay. Well, and I love that you had a picture, because I think, like you said, whether some people love to text y'all, I guess I'm old school. I'm old. I'm 40. I must have at this point I've I have a recliner probably somewhere around here. But anyway, so I'm a little on the old school side. I just love to talk on the phone and get it done. I'm just like a get her done girl. So maybe I just don't love the bubbles of a text message and it not hitting send. I don't know. So, but I love that you have your picture. I think that really is very similar, of just like that confidence that your guests can see your picture and know who you are. So I love that, Nikki. That's so fun. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit now about making sure that we are holding these appointments. Like, how are we making sure that these appointments are actually holding? Obviously, we're coaching them, but we only have so much control. And so what does that look like? Well, for me personally, you guys, again, using that exclusive verbiage, and that's something I learned a long, long time ago. And that really is like, again, respecting your business. So when I am making appointments, very much like Nikki, I offer like 2 days. I'm like, I have this day or this day. I only hold appointments on Sunday afternoons. Very rarely will I have anything else. If someone's like, I can't do Sundays, I'll get back to you. I may offer one Saturday morning, but I am very dead set on my times and what I offer with my schedule and my family and my boundaries. But I do very actively work Sundays. So it's not like I'm still able to do 8 to 10 parties every single month. And so, but using that exclusive verbiage of like, okay, again, I am filling up quickly. So you guys, one of the things that I get all the time is can I follow up with my people and get back to you? I don't know if you guys ever hear that, but let me get back, let me get back to you. Let me connect with all my girls. And y'all, this makes zero sense, but no one fights me on it. And I don't know where we got this years and years ago, but I say it's actually easier to move you around once I have you on my books. So let's go ahead and get you on the books. And that makes zero sense at all. It really does not make any sense, but nobody fights me on it. And so I'm like, actually, we need to go ahead and get you on the books just because I am filling up and I can go ahead and accommodate you a little bit easier if you're already on the books. And they're like, okay, perfect. Put me down for Sunday the 8th at, 3 p.m. And then in our communication, I make sure to say, like, does that in fact work for you? If not, please let me know so I can fill that spot with someone on my wait list. And again, I have a lot of leads, so I do have a wait list. So I'm not being, dishonest, but I make it very intentional that I have a wait list. So if for any reason at all you guys decide not to hold your appointment, please let me know so I can open that spot to someone on my wait list. And I say that a few times in our conversation. And most of the time people don't flake because they're like, well, if there's a wait list, then I want it, right? And so there is some exclusivity to that and the power in that. And then I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I do love some good verbiage when it comes to that, you guys, in your communication. And then also I really only book like 2 weeks out. So I tell people that too. I also let them know that if they're a winner, I have to book them in the month that they win because I get new winners every month. So if you get people who are like, can I do in 3 months? My answer is no. I get new winners every single month. And unfortunately, I have to book you in the month that you won. And, every once in a while, they're kind and, I'll make an exception, whatever. But I also just go into every booking appointment, you guys, when I'm on the phone, I'm like, okay, God, let every person who answers the phone be kind. And if they're not kind, don't let them answer. Like, I don't have time for mean people. So I'm very intentional with the expectation that I'm only going to talk to nice people. And I also only book a week or 2 out. So I'm very big on my schedule. Like I said, I pray with expectation. And I truly believe everybody books with me. Like I did 5 booking calls last week, all 5 book with me. Like it's just, I'm a 100% ratio, but it's also an expectation that I'm doing the work. It's going to happen. Now, not everybody holds. I might still get 1 or 2 of those to cancel, but everybody books with me. So Nikki, what are you doing to make sure that you are holding like these appointments successfully?
It's just so funny how we have learned, all of the same things
Right.
over the years. I think one of the biggest things to make sure that they hold, really, it's a tentative booking approach to do this exact same thing. Getting the confirmation flyer and having the communication, like regular communication, is really, really important, but that exclusive verbiage is key, honestly. Like, I've used the waiting list thing. I do all of that same stuff. And people don't want to have to be put on that waiting list and wait. I tell them it's the same month that they won, because primarily a lot of what I am doing right now is fish bowls. And so it really, that stuff does work, but it's so funny, that tentative booking approach. You're right. It doesn't make any sense. And I was just thinking about it, but it's like, nobody questions it, So one other thing that I will do sometimes just to make sure that they do hold, is offer an extra, like a gift card or an extra goodie. Like if I have any minis or, like limited edition things that can't move, stuff like that, I will, offer that as an extra for them if they hold on the original day that they booked. So a lot of times people, especially if it's like a booking from booking and I know it's something that they wanted, or in their skincare questions that they answered, it will help with a certain skincare concern they have or whatever. But that's something I have found, like, okay, they get a gift card for being a winner. And so maybe I'll add $10 onto it or something if they hold that day, nothing too crazy, but it gets them to not want to have to move that party. So yeah, that's, a lot of the same, but
yeah,
okay.
We were trained by the same people, huh, Nikki?
I know,
but it works. It works, you guys. It really does work. And so, one last topic that we want to dive into, though, you guys, we're doing the work, we're coaching the parties, but how do we make sure that we're having successful appointments? Because coaching the party, making the call, this is all time invested into your business. And so once we're, walking into that appointment, how are we going to make sure that it's successful? And so let's shift kind of into some tips of what we do to have a successful party. So Nikki, I'm going to let you start us off in case I have any, added ones. I want to let you touch on this so we're not double dipping again.
No, I love it. So as I was thinking about this, I think I've kind of said it already, but it's just really honestly a couple things. So it is building that relationship ahead of time. So through all of this coaching, that's why coaching is so important, like really building that relationship with not only the hostess, but all of the guests as well. So like, as they RSVP to me and they answer their skincare questions, I really try to make sure I am starting that a good relationship with them about what their concerns are or what products they might be interested in trying, and really getting them excited about how the microderm is going to help with all of that, or how the charcoal mask, that's awesome. And just saying, oh, this wasn't one of the items, like if it's something that I know like the hydrating mask will help with, and that wasn't maybe what we were going to try, I'll be like, I'm going to bring an extra product for you to try because I think that will really help with XYZ. So really just making them excited about the session. I think that's one of the biggest things. And then obviously the hostess too, because if she decides to cancel, then, sometimes we can still get the rest of the guests to come, but a lot of times, so obviously she's really important, but with everybody, so that everybody's really excited. So that is, I think, really the biggest thing and the whole point of what we've been talking about today, really. But I think, another thing I would say is making sure you are prepared that day and have everything that you have promised, be a woman of your word and make sure to bring all of those items, so that they're not excited to try something that's not there. But I think for me, what I have found over the years is the products sell themselves, as we know. So that's one of the big things, but they have to like you, so I know when you're new and you're nervous, sometimes it's, it doesn't come off as just necessarily fun because you're trying to get the script out. But I just think going in there and having fun and making sure everybody else has fun is going to drop everyone's guard and make them want all the things, I loved Lauren's tip of I'm sure, I've heard it before, but having the mirror on the roll-up bag, that's going to get everybody invested to want everything right there too, and so that's really smart. But really just making sure that you're set up and prepared, have built those really good relationships, and then that you are having fun and excited. And so I would say those are probably my 3 biggest tips there.
I love that. So good and so true. And, you had my wheels kind of spinning a little bit, thinking some new thoughts too. And you guys, one of the things I think that can be really hard is as consultants and directors and nationals, I think sometimes we are like, okay, well, this is a business, it's all business, and that's a great thought. We have to remember we are in a business. But for me, one of the things that has helped me the most with a mental block is, God, let me be a blessing to these women that I'm about to spend time with. And I know you're going to chase me with blessings in return, because when I go into an appointment thinking I want to sell this much, I want to add this many team members, I want to get this many referrals, y'all, 9 times out of 10, I come up empty-handed or disappointed. And because I have these unmet expectations for myself, because that's what I was thinking about. And I think there's a lot of just truth in subconscious sabotage. And so and I think goals are great. It's important. You want to go in there, you want to do, the full party, you want to do the bag close, you want to do the table close, you want to do the set sheets, you want to do all of it. Don't leave anything out. But go into it just expecting to go in, rock it out, give it 100%, and know that your results will come. And there's been times where I did an appointment and I didn't sell anything. I rocked it out. I didn't sell anything. But y'all, I got home and I had a $600 reorder. And it was just okay, God, I see you. And it's because I went in there knowing that my job is just to bless these women. And y'all, I had an appointment on Saturday. This woman told me twice, I don't want foundation. I don't wear makeup. I don't like makeup. I'm not a makeup girl. I got to be honest with you. I'm not a makeup girl. I'm like, girl, I've heard this a million times. Totally fine. Which is great because we have a lot of skincare and that's what you're going to try today, right? The end of the appointment, you guys, she had tried our new foundation, our CC cream, bought both, literally almost in tears saying, I think I like makeup, and it was just such a great reminder that why we do what we do. And so I went in there just ready to have fun, meet some new friends, make them feel beautiful. They did. I had a really great appointment. And I left thinking, oh my gosh, this is why we do what we do. This woman has told me she's never going to wear makeup. Her husband, she's like, I don't even think he's going to recognize me. He's going to take me on a date. I mean, y'all, she was like so elated in her appointment. And so just reminding ourselves of why we do what we do. Yes, the income is important, but just blessing other people and letting this potentially be your discipleship or whatever you choose to be, but just letting this business be a blessing to other people. That's what Mary Kay wanted this to be about, right? And so you guys also reminding ourselves, the appointment begins long before the party. And so great coaching, great experiences, that's what's going to come from that. I love to share at the beginning a little bit about myself, but I love to give an outline because I'm a girl who likes a plan. So I give them an outline of what's going to happen. I let them know we're going to be doing this party. I'm going to be doing all the products. We're going to walk through it. I let them know that we're going to do a table close and I have some fun special discounts that they don't, and then I let them know I'm going to sit with them each individually and make sure that their skin looks and feels okay so they don't walk out with the wrong foundation shade on. And then I'm going to pick a winner. Like, I give them an outline because I'm a girl who likes an outline. A closing sheet. Y'all, I'm like blown away by how many people don't use closing sheets. When people tell me they do parties and then they don't sell any product, I'm like, I don't understand that. How is that physically possible? You just did 4 parties and sold nothing? Show me your closing sheet. Oh, and then they pull out like this like wrinkled piece of paper. And I'm like, this is amazing. We found the solution. You need a closing sheet. Like, that's so great that's the problem. You just need a closing sheet. So closing sheet is critical. Make sure you're doing your marketing, make sure you're doing referrals, you guys, because truly I've had some $0 parties too, and I've had some amazing referrals that I sold a ton of product at. And I will tell you guys, I've only been featured in the Applause once, which is really embarrassing actually, because it was for having 19 $0 parties in a row. That was the only reason I ever got featured in Mary Kay's Famous magazine, but it's fine. I don't mind, but I will tell you guys the reason that I had 19 $0 parties in a row and kept going was because I wasn't using the scripts. I wasn't using a closing sheet. I thought I was too good. I thought I'd figure it out. I thought Brittany could figure out Mary Kay her way. Y'all, there's a reason this business is the way that it is. And Mary Kay established these tools and these tips. And so don't do what I did. Praise God, I kept going. And I think my next party was like 600 and then 2,200. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay, cool. This is awesome. And so utilize the resources that we have in Mary Kay. And it does work. It works beautifully. Nikki and I are a great example of that. And so I just want to say, coaching the appointment, if it is worth booking, it is worth coaching. And again, using the tips to help you have a successful appointment. The last thing I want to do is just tell you guys the questions, which your sales directors all have access. I mean, they all do this. So when Nikki and I say we send out the questions to pre-profile, it's what's your skin type? Are you allergic to any specific ingredients? That's what mine says. What's your favorite color? I love to add like a fun ribbon or something with their favorite color or name tag, whatever, for their gift bag. Have you tried Mary Kay, or do you have a consultant? This is one of my favorites because I love being prepared if someone has a consultant. I love being prepared if someone's like, I am a consultant. I'm like, oh Lord. So like I don't like surprises. So like, I want to go into this knowing how I'm going to maneuver that. And that way too, y'all, if someone says, I am a consultant, you can call your sales director and say, hey, before I walk into this party, can you help me navigate this? Or, to help you kind of walk through that so that you're not already in your head thinking it's going to be nothing, because that's not the case. That's happened to me a million times where people are like, I'm a consultant, I have a consultant, and I still sell lots of product because there's way more to the story and it was 10 years ago and she doesn't do it anymore. And you're like, oh wow, this whole time I was in my head. So anyways, don't pre-profile and talk to your sales director if that ever happens. And then what would you like to change about your skin? And that's exactly like Nikki was saying, so that she can come prepared for additional little treatments and goodies so that your guests feel special. So Nikki, anything else you want to say to shut us down so then we can go into our breakout rooms?
The only other thing on my questions that I do have is the last question I ask if they're willing to watch a quick video on the marketing. I say on what I do for a swag bag, like a goodie bag. And no one ever says no. And so that way they have a little bit of info on the business before they come into it. But I think I just, coaching is something, this kind of will be what I end on. Coaching is something that I don't know. I like you kind of did my own thing in the beginning. I would just get their guest list, thank them, and kind of leave it at that. And it makes a huge difference. So as she said, like, coaching is writing your paycheck. So as silly as you guys may think that sounds, this is, in my opinion, the most important part of prepping for the party. And so, yeah, if there's any questions about anything else, you guys can reach out to us. It's pretty self-explanatory, and we went through everything, but I just think it is so important to not skip this step, because you'll learn the hard way if you do.
Yes. Okay, you guys. Well, thanks for jumping on tonight, and make sure to join your breakout room. We have you hit the 3 dots in the bottom, and then you'll see breakout rooms, and join your particular breakout room. And we'll see you guys on all the fabulous events this week. Don't miss them. Bye.
Bye.